Gielinor, the magical world of RuneScape. It's divided into chunks for easy use. Welcome to Chunkman Dead Die Kill, the series where I conquer the landmass of Gielinor by doing tasks and unlocking chunks. Last episode we unlocked 3 chunks by completing 3 tasks. These tasks were completing the Karamja Easy Diary, killing the grotesque guardians for the first time, and completing 5 more combat tasks for a total of 40 combat tasks completed in total. Our map expanded with the Wilderness Volcano, Cairn Island, and the 3 Gnome Village. Today we will start off just after completing the Karamja Easy Diary after unlocking Cairn Island. For the next chunk we were going to do Shiloh Village or Type 1 Trio, but as you see here it's grayed out, which means we cannot do it. When I checked the guide I only checked if we could do it from a standpoint of the chunks, but I forgot that we also have quest requirements themselves, and both have Jungle Potion as a pre-requirement. So in fact, if you look at the Karamjan Island, this one chunk is actually blocking the 3 quests we can do here, which is a bit annoying, but not the end of the world, of course. We are currently 1590 total level, which means we only need 10 more levels, and we're like a few potions off a herblore level, so that will definitely be something that will be done. And for the rest, I really would like to get some crafting levels. If we go to armor, if we go to 70 and then boost to 75, we can get another upgrade for the red dragonhide chaps. And we also still have a ton of raw fish, so 2500 bass and 2900 swordfish, and might as well cook these as well for some more easy levels, and maybe then finish off with some more Guardians of the Rift. After finishing off the herblore level, we got a crafting level because of all the gems we could cut, and now we are 2 smithing levels up because of all the gold ore we had, and the gold bars are needed for the jewelry, of course, and the goldsmith gauntlet really helped with this. So that's another 2 levels, so we are now up to 1594. These last few molten glass into lantern lenses will be the end of all the supplies we had in our bank. We managed to get up to 68.5 crafting, so only 1 level and a half left, and we're going to go and buy the soda ash from the shop, but for the buckets of sand we're going to the desert instead. Here at the sandstone and granite mine in the desert, where we did the Anacra's Lament quest, we can find a grinder here, and we should be able to give buckets to Drew. So let's take the full 2000, we need about 1500 for the level and a half. And there we go. And then we can claim sand if we put in the sandstone we have to mine. So let's do that for a minute. Let's see how far we get with the water skins we brought with us. And let's hope this is fairly fast to get all of the buckets we need. With this last inventory we should be over 2000. Yep, 2063 buckets of sand. Now to get them from Drew here, I think if we claim sand it will cost us a few gold pieces. So 50 coins each, and we want the 2000 buckets. There we go, that's 100k. But it's well spent instead of trying to hop worlds each time, and it's much faster. So now we're only going to hop worlds to get the soda ash. And there we go, that's 70 crafting. Now we just need to get the red dragon hide, and then we can boost up for our red dragon hide chaps. So off to Brimhaven dungeon we go. Alright, first time boosting and we already got the boost. So that's the red dragon hide chaps. Let's see how they compare to the blue dragon hide. And it's just in general a fairly nice boost. Either way, with that crafting level we got up to 1597, so we need 3 more levels, and we might as well go for some more rune crafting in Guardians of the Rift. Just a quick pit stop in Dorgesh Khan. If we talk to Barlak, we can give him our long bones. And what do we get? 31,500 experience. And that gives us level 62 construction. So that was another level. So only 2 from Guardians of the Rift are necessary, and we are pretty much almost 53, so this shouldn't take long. And there we go. 3 runs later and we already have the level. We can now make law runes, so that's also very useful that we will be able to use that altar in the minigame. We got 7 reward points, so might as well just search and see what we get. It's probably not going to be anything useful. Nope, just some assortment of runes. But either way, that was 1600 total. Let's finish that task on our spreadsheet and see which chunk we get. Our 64th total level task, achieving 1600 total, has now been completed. And that brings us up to 201 landmass chunks unlocked. And then back to our map. The last chunk we unlocked was the Wilderness Volcano, which is the end point of the wilderness, so our route has been completed from the Dark Warriors Fortress on, and now there's only just water next to it. For our next chunk, there are actually a few chunks which are holding up a ton of content. For example, Morten here has the entire Myriki questline locked, together with Bergdraad and the Shades of Morten, so that would be a great chunk to unlock. Then we have the Caterpie chunk, which would make us be able to do Heroes Quest, together with some other things, but Heroes Quest is just important because we could enchant some jewelry then, which could bring us to the Crazy Archaeologist. And then we have the Taibowane village chunk, so the last chunk in Kramja, which is also pretty much blocking up 3 to 4 quests. And otherwise, we pretty much want something in this area, the Kandrin area, like usual. But the chunk picker still decides for us, of course. So let's pick a chunk. Okay, starting off with some water. Let's try that again. Pick a chunk. Okay. We're getting really close to pest control now. But that was also a water chunk, so let's try again. Pick a chunk. And we get a dead chunk. Not sure what this island is used for, but it's probably something to do with the fossil island. And that's pretty bad to unlock at the moment. With that last chunk we didn't really get anything useful to do, so we might as well do some more easy treasure trails. We already have 3 caskets from the slayer we were doing to get to the gargoyle task, so we only need 22 more caskets. we didn't really get any more useful chunks with easy glue steps, so this is going to be as usual, about 50 glues to get 22 caskets. And there we go, that's 25 easy caskets stacked up. This took a bit longer than the previous few times. We got 25 caskets. We actually had to go 3/4 of a thieving level. And if you look at our loot tracker, we finished the 22 caskets we needed in 43 easy clue scrolls. So about 1 in 2 that we need to drop. Let's also look at the collection log again for clues, easy clues. We are currently at 250 and we pretty much have an assortment of items, and the only thing we are really looking for is the flare trousers, and let's hope we get it before we end at 500. So now time to open them and let's see what we get. And there's our first unique, a black plate body heraldic 5. And that was a duplicate studded body trimmed. And a new unique, a sleeping cap. Another new page, an ancient page 1. Let's actually see if we have a full book now. But it doesn't appear to be. We have 3 out of 4 pages for the ancient book, 3 out of 4 for the Saradomin book, and the others are still quite lacking in pages. And then we have a new rope top, an ancient rope top, and this time it's a Zamrakian one. A duplicate bronze kite shield golden. A new Bob's purple shirt. And the last one is nothing. A good amount of items at the end of what we got. So we got 2 duplicates, 4 new items and a new page. So not a bad haul. But that was 275 easy treasure trails completed, which means we can finish that task on our spreadsheet and then pick another chunk. Our 35th clue task. 275 easy clues have been completed. And that now brings us up to a total chunk amount of 202. And then back to our map. The last chunk we unlocked was this small island off the coast of Fossil Island to the south of it, which means we can now unlock more of Fossil Island, which is not the greatest of course as we cannot get here. We're still looking for just anything that's useful, so let's pick a chunk. Oh god. Nothing useful here, but that's the last big chunk of Mosla Harness, and we're now 3 pretty useless chunks of unlocking the full island. For the next chunk, I think it might be a good time to try for some more combat tasks. We are currently at 41 and we need 4 more to get another chunk from those. And if we look at the bosses, we have now a new boss of course, the Grotesque Guardians. We already have 4 out of 15, so there's still a lot to unlock. And if we look at the tasks, we can get up to 25 kills, so that's an easy one to get. And then there's the task to not get hit by any of the lightning attacks, the only thing we got damaged from last time. There's also 50 kills, which would coincide with our kill count task for the Grotesque Guardians. And then maybe one that is possible. I'm not sure if we can do enough damage, but if we can only have one prison and kill Dusk before he uses another prison, that's also an option. And then one that definitely should be possible is to do a perfect Grotesque Guardian kill, which would mean that all of the special attacks we need to avoid. For the rest, I don't think any of the speed tasks would be a possibility. There's also outlasting, we don't have the gear for that. And 5 times in a row, I'm not sure if this needs to be done in an instance, but if it's not, then we might do this as well. So there's a couple of tasks here which are definitely possible, but we'll have to see which ones will actually be the ones we complete. But with our new pair of red dragonhide chaps, that will also help a ton. Before we actually go and kill the Grotesque Guardians, maybe let's talk about the uniques they drop. So first of all, we have the Granite Dust, which we already had because they always drop it if we kill them. That is an upgrade for the cannonball, so they do more damage. Then we have the Granite Maul, which we already got from Gargoyles, so nothing useful. Then we have the Granite Gloves, and that would actually be an upgrade for our melee setup, as the bonuses are quite nice and we have a very good strength bonus for those. Then we have the Granite Ring, which would be our best in slot ring against melee or ranged enemies, as the ring does have a -2 magic bonus, but it would actually be our first ring that actually gives a bonus, as we are rocking the Ring of Life or the Ring of Wealth. Then we have a Granite Hammer, but it's not better than our Dragon Longsword. Then we have a Black Tourmaline Core, but for that we need Bando's Boots to combine them, so that's very far off. Then they have a Dragon Medhelm as a drop, which would be useful as it would be a best in slot helm at the moment. And then of course we have the Pet Noon 1 in 3000 and the Jar of Stone 1 in 5000. But either way, let's see if you can kill some more Grotesque Guardians. And there's kill number 3. And we also got static awareness, so we avoided that. Lightning on the ground. Kill number 5. And we didn't have a perfect run yet, but we did get some Cerebrews here. So these are the first Cerebrews on the account, and these might actually help us if we bring a bunch of Cerebrews to this fight to prolong our trips, as with 3 fish left here with the tuna potatoes, we can only do 2 kills a trip. We just killed our 6th Grotesque Guardian. Again, not a perfect one. And I'm starting to feel that at 1 to 2 kills per trip, this will either take very long, and I don't think we will be able to end it at 25. So we are currently at 42 tasks. If we get to 25, that's 43. And if we then have a perfect, that's 44. Then we need one more. But I'm noticing that the prison attack here, done before dusk, we don't do enough damage for this. We are just way too slow, and our gear just isn't cutting it. And then the other thing that would be possible would be to get to 50 kills, but I'd rather wait a bit more to get to 50 kills. So let's abort this plan of getting to 45 combat tasks and let's see what we can do otherwise. So we're all geared up for some easy clues, as that is probably the best course of action. We would need too many levels for a total level task and all the rest isn't really available. So let's do some easy clues. And that's the next 25 easy caskets obtained. This took about 70% of the thieving level here, so this took quite a while to get. And let's go to the collection log to see where we are at again. We are at 55 uniques and we are at 275 easy clues completed. So let's see what we are going to get in the caskets and let's go. And that's a new unique, another black shield. Oh, that was a new unique as well, a black plate card trimmed. Really difficult to see the trimmed items on the black plate cards. And that's another unique, but it's a page, so 2 of the 4 Zamorak pages now, and we also get a duplicate iron plate card. The same page we got a few clues ago. Okay. A duplicate gilded black plate body. Another new page, a Bandos page. Do you have the full book now? No, that was actually our first Bandos page. The pantaloons. A red beret, another unique. And that's about it. Got a few uniques. We even got a duplicate studded chaps trimmed here as well. Very difficult to see that it's a trimmed item. So a few new uniques, a few new pages and a few duplicates. So not a bad opening. But that was our 300 easy treasure trail completed. So let's go back to our spreadsheet, complete that task and see what chunk we are going to get. Our 36th clue task already. Completing 300 easy clues has been completed. And that brings us up to a total of 203 landmass chunks unlocked now. And then back to our map. The last chunk we unlocked was the playing field for the Trouble Brewing minigame, and that unlocks an extra part of the island to be unlocked, which is basically a really dead tile. We've been having quite the bad luck lately on which chunk we are getting, so getting a really good one would be great. But let's see what the chunk picker decides for us. Let's hope for a good one. Pick a chunk. Ooh, not a good one. This is the entrance to the Slayer Cave, I think. And we have Venenatis here, so we do unlock a new boss, but not one we can kill yet, I think. That will be all for this episode. The combat achievements for the Grotesque Guardians proved a bit too difficult, so hopefully we will be able to do them in the near future. And hopefully we stop the streak of rolling bad chunks as well. Either way, have a good one and see you all next week for more Chunkman progress.